kitty, goodness. Hi, Gary. Can you hear me? I've got like a 15-pound cat in my lap. Dewey. Just decided to hop on my lap, and he weighs a ton. Uh-oh. Hi, Prissy Missy. I forgot to turn down the notifications like always. You'd think after a year of being on YouTube and with my background, I could be a little more professional. Hi, Justice Janie. I've got to do something with this tuxedo kitty. He weighs 1,000,000 tons. Hi, Prissy. Hi, Justice Janie. Hi, Sassy Brenda. Hi, Crimes Have Consequences. Hi, TT. Hybrid Pisces. Good to see you. There's Carrie saying howdy. There's Cami. I'm pretty good. Let's scroll down through here and highlight and then get the cat off my lap and get myself together. If you saw the title, I look like crap. I'm exhausted, and I don't care. Where'd you go? There you are. Hi, Superior Dreams 19. Thank you for coming over. Hi, Patty Graham. Justice, I love my kitties too. Y'all know I do. Okay, am I down to the bottom? Yeah, it's good to see everyone, Hybrid. There's Kim. Hi, Kim. It's a beautiful day here in the Arkansas Ozarks. Get out, Justice Janie, but thank you for saying it. I got my thank you. You make an old woman feel good. There's Elizabeth Lander. Hi, lovely. Okay, I think I got everybody just once. Let me turn down the notifications. Y'all, if you're a creator and you do lives, do you have this happen to you? You're all set up and you're about to hit go live and the phone rings. And it's not a spam call. So you have to take it. Right. That's what happened. But at least I'm figuring out now that I can be on my phone and be in the chat room with you guys and let you know, hey, I'm here or I'll be there. Hi, Dre. And Rapunzel. Dewey. Let me. Okay, the notifications are off. I know. Look at this guy. Say hi, Dewey. This is Dastardly Doolittle. Lay on the bed. I don't care. Quit being fussy. He is bossy as all get out. How's everybody doing? Let's start with that, because I haven't seen you live. Not that I see you. You know what I mean, figuratively. I haven't seen you guys for I don't remember. Hi, Trey. I'd have to look. I don't remember the last time we chatted live. Hello, Joseph. Welcome. Just running down through the chat. Flies on the coleslaw. You guys know I like to say hi to everybody. You know, I feel like a bum when I watch my upload to check the live chat replay, make sure everything's cool. And and I'll see a name and I'll be like, oh, man, I wish I knew how to call that person and say, I am so sorry that I missed you in the chat. Hi, not so dumb blonde. Beautiful, right back at you, I'll bet. Tony, yes. Hi, honey. So, y'all, real quickly, the memorial for Pop last night was beautiful. Bob and I arrived right on time. No problems on the trip. Oh, a couple of times he made me nervous, but it wasn't bad. And it takes us about an hour and a half to get there. And it was pretty much a silent ride, not somber necessarily, but, you know, just quiet introspection, I think, for both of us. And it was at the big old, and when I say old, I mean old, the Levy Baptist Church in North Little Rock, Arkansas, has been there for over 100 years. And thank you, Robbie. Thanks. Hi, Aesop's Inspiration. Welcome. So I just want to get through that real quick. I'm not all teary today. I feel pretty smiley. But just to let y'all know that it was because many of you are regular viewers, and so you know what's been going on in my personal life, that my father-in-law passed away. So Pop had been a deacon at this church until he couldn't anymore. And, you know, they lived in the same, and Mom still does. We can get her to sell the house. We'll see. That's down the road a few steps. But anyway, they lived in the same neighborhood since 1979, y'all. So there were there were 4 generations of her neighbors from across the street. Miss Lois, her kids that we have seen every Thanksgiving and Christmas when our kids, you know, all the Brewer kids are playing out in the Brewer yard on Christmas Day after opening the presents or after we've eaten and throwing the football around in the yard and stuff. Well, this family was right across the street doing exactly the same thing. And so for all these years, 22 for me, and I only see them twice a year. And so being an old lady, I'm like talking to the little ones, like they're the ones that were little 2 decades ago. It took me a minute or two to go, Miss Lois, wait a minute. This grown woman is your daughter. Yes. These little ones are your grandchildren. Yes. I was like, oh my goodness, how the time passes. But they took up a whole pew in their long pews at the Levy Baptist Church. But we got there like at 5. And because Pop had been MP during the Korean conflict and during the Cold War, there were military. There was a color guard at the entrance of the church, and because my little brother, he's really my brother-in-law, but he's my baby brother. and he had gotten a 21-day hardship leave to come home from overseas. He's a master sergeant in the Army, and Army Reserves, actually. So he is currently in a motorcycle club. So they were there. The beautiful elderly people, because Pop was 86, who had been their friends forever. The ones still living were there. Grown men who had been Boy Scouts in the 1960s when my pop was a scout leader were there. And of course, our older brother had flown in from Atlanta with his wife and oldest daughter, and nieces and nephews we hadn't seen. One in particular who had been in the armed forces for a number of years in the Navy and is now out, and had gotten married and had 2 children I'd never met, were there. Our son, our baby was there. Our baby being, well, he was born in 1989. Y'all do the math. So for like an hour or more, we all were just in this big, old, beautiful sanctuary that's been totally like, they're styling at the Levy Baptist Church. And y'all, you know how I am. Hi, Trisha Ward. Hi, Courtney. When I start, blah, 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 I can't read chat and do both very well. But anyway, I'm almost done. They had the thing with the audio, video, the AV people were there, and of course, photographs of Pop and all of us and all kinds of different settings were being shown, you know, on these 2 walls. And there's cheerfulness and laughing and joking and memory telling and all that sort of thing. And y'all know how I am about music. And all of a sudden, I realize that in the background, coming across the speakers, I'm hearing "Go Rest High on That Mountain." And I lost it. Totally lost it. Bob lost it. If you know the song I'm talking about. Go rest high on that mountain. Son, your work on earth is done. Go to heaven a-shouting love for the Father and the Son. Woo, children. But then we had the traditional, if you're a Baptist or know anything about Baptists, we had a traditional Baptist funeral. Pop also was a Mason, so there was the Masonic portion of the funeral, which was beautiful and evoked tears. The gentleman, a lovely man, sang, what was the one he opened with? Y'all, it won't. Oh, it's one everybody knows, and it won't come to me. He closed with Amazing Grace, which is Pop's favorite. It's not because he lives. This is bad. Hang on, y'all. Hang on a second. Oh, and y'all, I was so mad at myself. Not mad, like mad, but perturbed with myself after I did the tribute upload to Pop. I said his name in reverse. His name is Delbert Robert, not Robert Delbert. My husband, Bob, is Robert, and he's named after his dad. But anyway, the family forgives me. But they used the picture. This is our picture of Pop. Anyway, I wanted to see if it says in here the song that lovely gentleman opened with. It doesn't matter. It was beautiful. That's the point. No pre-recorded soundtracks. A real pianist on a real Steinway grand and a real organist on a real organ with pipes on the wall. And we didn't realize that the church ladies were doing the old-fashioned thing. That's why I'm so exhausted. We didn't get home till late. I promise I'm almost done on the personal stuff. They fed us in the church fellowship hall like good people do. But it was 8:00 at night by the time everyone was hugging and moving out of the sanctuary. And all these ladies from the church had done the thing, y'all. The table set up with real silver and real plates and real glasses and a fall decor and all home-cooked foods. Green beans that tasted like my granny's green beans. Corn casserole, baked ham, beef brisket, coleslaw, dessert table, everything just beautiful and homemade. And they took care. I mean, the preacher, everybody that was involved came in and sat down, and we all ate together. I'm sorry, I didn't know that was going to happen. Sorry. You know, the preacher, his wife. As a matter of fact, me and Bob sat at the table with the preacher, and we had a good meal time together. And those ladies were warm and compassionate and loving and funny. And they knew my Pop, so they could talk about him too while they were taking care of us. And so in closing out that part, I want to say how grateful I am to my viewers who in the beginning of my channel, about a year ago, they know that when I started this channel, I was not a praying woman. I had lost my faith. And it's the viewers on this channel, many of you, the things you've said and done and the way you've stuck with me and supported me and known personal things and still come back because you love Summer Wells. That my heart was touched one day. So I can today, in my heart, and if you're not a believer, that's okay. No worries. You're welcome. This ain't a preaching channel. But I can smile today because I know in my heart where he is. And he is no longer hurting. Nor being sad that he had become an old man who could no longer do all of the things that he had done for so long. He's at peace. So, thank y'all for, hi Salty. Salty, yeah, there is something about comfort. And y'all, did you hear, let me look at chat. Hey, Dare. Let's look here at chat for a little bit. And like I said, I have not been totally high whist. I'm just going to scroll back up just a little bit. And hi, Robbie Karbowski is saying fellowship potluck. Yep. So good. Don't apologize for anything ever. You are a woman, not ashamed to be you. Honest. I love you. Thank you, Robbie. Yeah, it was some cool people, y'all. Cool people. I might have to blow my nose. I'm starting to talk like I got a cold and I don't. Or either that or Edith Lynn. Most of y'all are probably too young to remember a really groundbreaking television variety show that was called Laugh-In. It was in the mid-60s, late 60s. I was a teenager. Let's put it that way. I was old enough to watch it and know what they were talking about. Is that, yeah, isn't that the show that Edith Ann, Lily Tomlin, who later, became quite the actress, Hollywood actress, was a comedian on there, and she did a character named Edith Ann, and Edith Ann always talked like this, like she had a cold in her nose. I don't know if you guys know what I'm doing. And she sat in a great big rocking chair to make her look tiny. Hi, West. I know you love Summer, honey. We'll talk about her. We can talk about her. Yeah, that's what this channel is for. Talking. Oh, I look a little bit blurry-eyed. Dar A is saying, all our funerals in my hometown are treated this way. My son and I sing at a lot of them. Yeah, Miss Dar, honey, I've sung countless. Oh, you could probably count them, but looky there, there's Dar A. She and her son sing at the funerals. It really makes the family feel the love of the community. Thank you, Dar, that you're saying you're sorry for our loss and that you're glad that we felt love. Honey, we were. Baby, Dar A, that church house, it's huge now. It started out little bitty church way, way back. It's huge now, but, well, not huge it's not a mega church. I don't mean it like that. I mean, the building has become huge because, it's really nice. But It's not one of them snooty churches, you know. And I'm not being rude. I don't mean to be rude or ugly or anything. But I mean, y'all, we had Baptists in there, we had Pentecostals in there, we had agnostics in there, we had Episcopalians, we had Presbyterians, we had Holy Rollers, we had, I don't mean snake handlers, I just mean, you know, get the spirit kind of, you know. Did I say Presbyterian? Baptist. We had Church of Christ. My brother-in-law's, one of my brothers-in-law is the song leader at the Church of Christ over where he lives over in another part of Arkansas. And y'all, you know, they don't use instruments. But he ain't. He's sitting on this side of me. Bob was right here. Okay, my brother-in-law was here. Bob's here. We're on the front row, of course, you know. And then my other brother-in-law, who sings with a gospel quartet down around Atlanta, Georgia, not professionally, they're just really good and do it for fun. And it's before the service actually started, and over the speakers at that time, they were playing, it is well with my soul, with my soul. Okay. Well, my Church of Christ brother-in-law didn't bat an eye with that music playing in the background. And I was singing, we were kind of undertone under our breath, you know, but people were loving it because my brother-in-law is going, it is well. And me and my other brother-in-law in harmony are doing, it is well with my soul, with my soul. It is well, it is well with my soul. I got goosebumps thinking about it. But what I'm saying is the love that Dar was talking about. Young, old, little babies, old people on walkers, and everybody in between. Didn't have any dancing in the aisles. Pentecostals, nobody got the spirit. And I'm not making fun because I've been down every, we'll talk religion on another day if somebody wants to. Is Jim 420 in here? I need to get off the funeral thing. Where are you? I don't see you, you little stinker pot. But what got me started on that too was Salty saying, where'd you go, Salty? There's just something about comfort. Yep. There sure is. So, all right, now listen. Oh, crimes have consequences. I know, honey. Now I'm gonna put your comment up because since you put it in chat, it you know, it's not like you're telling me a secret. I want to put it up so that I can say, I understand. When my sister, who was the person that I have been the very closest to of anybody in my life, like when she had been cancer free for 10 years and she went for her checkup and they told her that she was being eat up from one end of her body to the other and there was no hope. Yes, honey. I shook my fist at the sky on my knees with snot running out my nose and tears streaming down my face. And I said, I don't believe in you anymore. But let me tell you what happens. All these years later, and after going through all that with Jehovah's Witnesses and all of that stuff, and escaping the cult, all of that stuff, and me telling God, I don't believe in you. And I don't even know why I'm talking to you, because why would I tell something I don't believe in? I don't believe in it. And I was cussing. And all these years later, he never turned his back on me. I turned my back on him. And I get a feeling sometimes that the Great Spirit was sitting up there like he does. And I don't mean just me, any of us, all of us, going, I'll wait. I'll wait. I'm not going to leave you. Because, the Bible tells us the only unforgivable sin is blaspheming the Holy Spirit. And I never did that. All right, now listen. Oh, baby. Yeah, see, crimes, you can relate, honey. We can relate on more than one level. Hi, Michelle Reed Duncan. Y'all, I did not mean for this to turn into us talking about sorrow, Aesop's inspiration, but it part of the grieving process, a healthy, by most standards, psychologically speaking, like if you take grievance counseling, professional grievance counseling, actually what I'm doing right here, right now, and some of you, like Crimes Have Consequences, and maybe others that I haven't noticed, and I'm sorry if I didn't. What we're doing is part of the 5 stages. I'm at that place now emotionally where it'll be a little roller coaster for a while. Like that thing a while ago triggered me, and I kind of go to bawling and have to reel it back in. And then somebody like Salty will say something, there's something about comfort, and then you get the smile. It doesn't mean that you're manic or in the and I have no degrees. I'm not qualified. I'm just speaking from old lady granny 7 decades of life experience, and loads, y'all, of people I loved no longer being on the face of this earth. What we're doing here right now is part of my natural grieving process at this stage. Pop died September 28th. Things got kindly rough. Things got a little bit better. I needed to be strong for Bob. So there were things, y'all know what I'm saying, right? You know what I'm getting at. So one reason I wanted to go live today was to go ahead and talk through this and put it to rest, no pun intended, with my viewers who know what's going on, my mods who know what's going on, other creators who knew what was going on, and to let any new viewers know, hey, this lady's just been through an experience, and she's grieving, but y'all are my friends. I know that it's online. I know it's virtual. I know we don't actually know each other. I've never seen any of you except for Carrie and Shorty Small. I think I've seen Kim, but you see, they're moderators. And we communicate with one another over instant messenger on Facebook. And one time, I can't remember if it was a mistake, but I think it was Shay. Y'all can't remember now who it was. Maybe it's Cherokee Girl. Somebody, I think, accidentally hit video call, and the Lip Lock No More moderators instant message chat. So we all answered, and we were all like, oh, hello. Fancy seeing you here. But what I'm getting at is we don't know each other. And y'all know me. a buttload more than I know you. But I consider you to be my friends. Not like my chums that I'm going to call up in an emergency or something like that, but friends. I can talk to you guys. You guys let me get stuff off my chest. And sometimes you're in sync with me, and sometimes, once in a while I need it. And somebody in chat hasn't literally said this, but the bottom line message is get your act together. You're live on YouTube, you fool. So anyway, Aesop's inspiration is saying, you have such a beautiful spirit. Thank you, Aesop's. Things in life challenge our faith, but eventually we come home. Isn't that something? And people will tell you that you will. And you'll be like, no, I don't think so. All right. Now listen. Hi, Rosemary Time. Hi, it's Seal. Hey, hi, Blue Eyes Webster. Mods, please, if any creators that join us in chat, you know who we don't drop. Yeah. So there's only 3 we don't drop that I can think of off the top of my head. Carrie keeps up. Well, all the mods do. But sometimes Carrie will send me an instant message or a text because she actually has my phone number, She and Bob have each other's phone numbers. Of course, I facilitated it. I'm just trying to stir up some YouTube drama. No, it occurred to me, about that. It occurred to me, hi, Techna Girl. Hi, Brianna. It occurred to me one day, y'all, this may turn into kind of a long live with me taking a smoke break since we hadn't been on for a while. Because I really do want to tell y'all what I have seen since I got home last night from Everything with Pop. Okay. I've seen a couple of things. And I don't know what y'all have seen. So there's a couple of things I want to bounce off of y'all and go, tell me what this is or help me flesh this out in regards to Summer Wells and associated parties. Well, shoot fire. Now I lost. Oh. Hi, wise old lady. Dropping links. I don't know where I was. I should have gotten stoned before I came on. That way I would be able to think straight. Anyway, what were we talking about? Remind me. Somebody help the old lady, help the grandma in the room. My grandkids have to do this for me when they're here. I'll just be something will distract me like squirrel. And I'll look back at one of the grandbabies. I'll go, what was Granny just talking about? And they always like, oh, you were saying da-da-da, Grandma. Well, sometimes I do it and it's not real. And I'm testing them to see if they're actually listening. Oh, Robbie, hang on, honey. I know we want to move on, but let's I like to pay attention to my chat, y'all. When I stop doing this and I look over at y'all, if I see something like what Robbie's got here, I don't like to just gloss over that. Robbie is saying, I'm realizing that I'm grieving because I feel lost for my man. But he was very ill. And even though I am sad because he is no longer with me, Robbie says, I need to understand he is fine, safe, no longer sick. Robbie, thank you for sharing that with us, baby. I'm so sorry for your loss. Hi, Esther. Hi, Coco Chanel. Anyway, I think we were talking about dropping links to channels. I know I didn't finish that out. The mods know who we drop and who we don't, and they know why we don't drop them. Those creators are welcome in this chat, but we don't share we don't promote them. Any links that we do share, especially if you're new, I would want you to know that I am not one of these. Hi, Trisha Ward. I'm not one of these channel holders who says you need to go over there and sub. That ain't my business who you sub to. Ain't my business who you watch, who you like, who you don't like. Ain't none of mine. But to my way of thinking, if a creator is going to take time out of what they're doing, I mean, they've got their own channel. And most of the creators that join our chat are creators who actually research and put together stuff. They don't just come on and throw things against the wall and go with what sticks. Okay. So they're, for the most part, 99.99999% of the creators in here are literally taking time away from what they could be doing or may want to be doing. Sometimes they just pop in and say hi. To my way of thinking, that gets them a channel link drop. If y'all choose to click on it and go over and check them out and you like what they're doing and you choose to sub, if you don't, if you sub to them and then after a while, heck far, I've done it. There's some creators that a year ago, I wouldn't miss anything they did. Today, you couldn't pay me money to watch them. I don't care how much money it was. You could buy me a mansion just over the hilltop and I wouldn't watch them because they're full of shit and spend the majority of their time dragging other people, mostly other creators. And I'm not talking about really good clip channels like Deets on the Streets. Excellent, excellent, in my opinion. Now, when I talk about other channels like that, I'm giving you my opinion. You may not share the same opinion. And you know what? That's okay. I live in the United States of America. We have freedom of speech here with certain limitations. And I tend to apply those, if you're new, to the chat room. And my mods, baby dolls, these mods have been with me pretty much since day one. Carrie Bishop for damn sure. And she knows exactly what I'll tolerate, what I won't tolerate. She knows exactly what and she knows who I'm fit to go off on and starts throwing up the trigger warnings for cussing like a sailor. Oh. So, Brianna, honey, we all do. Now, look, and there's the other side of that too. Y'all remember way back when I didn't like cracking cases? Didn't like somebody I didn't even know. I watched them one time. And I just got on my little high horse and I decided I didn't like them because I decided that they were Wells supporters. I decided that. They didn't tell me that. They weren't demonstrating that. They were being fair and balanced. Now, Brianna and I, now she already was modding for them, but now I mod for them. I want to have Cam up here on our panel. You know why? Well, for one thing, I like him. I genuinely like him. He reminds me of one of my boys, my baby. Another reason is that he's been at 110 Ben Hill Road more than once. Another thing is he's really good with maps. Another thing is Cam knows a whole lot more than I do. I respect them. So that's the other side of that deal, you know. You might decide I'm not going to say to them. I've heard, and I've heard this, and I've heard that, and I've heard that. You know what that is? It's fucking hearsay. You ain't heard nothing except somebody on YouTube jacking their jaws or somebody in a chat room giving their opinion on somebody, and you bought into it, babies. We all do it. They don't excuse it. I don't like to use that phrase. Oh, we're only human. Oh, everybody does it. We all do it. That's not taking personal accountability. That's copping out. I still do it. I don't do it to cop out. I do it because for me, it's more or less a figure of speech. It's just part of my vocabulary. Vocabulary? My vocabulary. I need to come on live more often. I can't speak very well today. Okay. Hi, Beverly. There's Beverly Vineyard. Okay. Now, when I got home last night, okay, did anybody see, let me get a tissue. Did anybody see Blood Money Benny Keys? Not Hitman Benny Keys, his other channel. Last night, live, Fizzle, and I think Tiffany Marie and Jenny from Gabble Geeks. I mean, they weren't all like consistently up there, and I fell asleep way before it was over. But let me get a tissue because I've got a cough, and I'm going to mute so you don't have to hear it. I figured, heck, far while it's over there getting tissue, might as well go ahead and blow my nose. So, hi, Real Aspect 24. Welcome. Good to see you. Flies, you were modding another channel. Sassy Bryn, I thought I saw you in there, honey. I think I even tagged you and said hi. I'm not sure. Listen, y'all, when we got home last night, around midnight, well, I still had all my evening cat chores to do. So I was listening to Benny and Fizzle and Tiffany and Jenny, like while I'm cleaning litter boxes and stuff. So I was kind of like in and out of chat. And as soon as I got done with that, y'all, I hit the pipe. I went 420 just like that. Me and Tommy Chong had a little conversation. And I went night. Okay, so Sassy, you did. Jam, you fell asleep early. Carrie's welcoming Real Aspect. Shorty, that's okay. You know, honey, you know how I am. Can I read a script for you? Yes, I can. Will I? It depends on what it is and whatever the mission or the goal is. But if one of the mods would drop my email in chat, Real Aspect 24, feel free to email me. Now, I will let you know, dear, that I'm really, 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 really bad about not checking my email or my instant mess. I don't check my social media until like, I'll be like, oh, I need to email Angel Talks Too Fast. And so I go to my email and it will say something like 217 unread emails. But I'm always willing, and I've done a lot of voiceovers, if that's what you're talking about. I've done radio, TV, so on stuff. I've been trying to get a streamer to say Scooby snacks are great. That's all. I don't know. Are you going to use them for Jody Sue Brown? She's the only person I can think of that refers to Scooby-Doos these days. Although there used to be a username that got changed. I changed my username, but I changed it. Okay, Crimes and Consequences you fell asleep to. Chong stopped by. Listen, y'all. I can still quote Cheech and Chong record albums. You youngins think you started this game. Listen, when I was 15, riding around Kansas City, me and my stepdad, my good one, we're going downtown Kansas City, going to the Penny Arcade. And on the way, we stopped at a taxi cab company because my dad knew somebody there. And while we're sitting in the parking lot of the cab company, and this is, let's see, if I was 15, it's 1965. My stepdad looks over at me and he goes, have you smoked reefer yet? And I said, reefer? And he goes, yeah, you know what I'm talking about. And I said, and honest to Pete, y'all, in 1965, I had never even heard of marijuana. Hadn't even heard of it. And I was like, I don't even know what you're talking about. He goes, oh, marijuana. And I went, and then something like clicked in my head and I realized he was talking about something like dope. And I was like, no. And he was like, oh, well, I'm just checking because you kids seem to think you invented this. Okay. 1965, hippies. I'm 15. I'm hitting my stride. 17, I'm hitting on a joint. Now look, I'm not glorifying drug use, and I smoke legally now. I have a medical card. But I think where I was going with all that was youngins thinking that they've invented stuff. Y'all, I know I'm all over the place this morning. I'm sorry. I keep losing trains of thought and whatnot, but it just is what it is. All right, now listen, back to Benny last night. Oh, 4:20 and going to sleep. Anyway, and Cheech and Chong. I was trying to think the last thing I remember what they were talking about. Oh, wait, maybe it wasn't on Benny's. Whose channel was it on? Okay. Jody Sue Brown on her channel, maybe it was on Deets on the Streets, was talking about a blue car and a power couple and a white dog, that a big, beautiful white dog that had never touched the dirt. And she's talking about somebody had dug up one of her dead dogs and was messing with her by putting one of its toys somewhere. Do y'all know what I'm talking about? I'm looking at chat, y'all, to see. Sassy. Oh, Lordy. Champ 420, I was a bad girl as a teen, but I would be considered a good girl. Not me too, honey. Oh, I went for the bad boys too now. I don't mean like criminal boys. I and Sherry Spin. I don't mean like guys that were doing the old breaking and entering thing. No, like the guys with like the hot cars that are jacked up with the big mag wheels and, you know, would take you. You never got to drive their car, but you could certainly sit on the console if they had bucket seats. I had a couple of boyfriends that even like provided a pillow so you could sit on that hard console. Back then, let me tell you something, they weren't cushioned. And if he had a stick shift, yes, ma'am. I love me a good bad boy. I do. I'm still loving me a good bad boy. He may be retired from the motorcycle club, but his personality, even with the strokes, his personality hasn't changed all that much. What are you saying, Coco? Coco Chanel. My grandson walked in my green storage one day and said, "It smells like a skunk in here." He's 6. Yeah. I don't grow anymore because, and I never got busted or anything, you know. Probably I should have been. I mean, I never was a dealer or anything. I just, you know, I would grow for myself. Had like a, you know, back in the day, back in the 70s. No, y'all don't, because you either wasn't born yet or you were babies. You had like the closet and the extra bedroom. And grow lights and aluminum foil, and you could hardly wait for him to bud. Blue eyes, you just said yes. Now, honey, there are, and I'm no expert on this either, but if you'll start Googling stuff, blue eyes, baby, there's a lot to learn about different strains, because look, when I was a kid, you'd buy a 3-finger bag for $15, and it was what nowadays most people would call shake. And it's been over the years that things have developed and been hybridized. I almost couldn't get the word out, and different growing methods and all of that kind of business. And it's been perfected in strains. So blue eyes, what I was going to say about all that, sweetheart, is if you'll go online and just start doing a little bit of research, you'll find that different strains will have different, like I have one strain that is for me to help me sleep at night. I have PTSD from having been raped and from child sexual abuse. And I have nightmares if I don't smoke before I go to bed at night. Now, the bad thing about that is that I don't dream either. Or if I do, I don't remember them. But that is the goal with that particular strain, is so that I go to sleep and I don't have dreams that I wake up not in a good place. So, and then there, you know, you'll see. If you choose to go look at stuff, you'll see what I mean. And yeah, you remember those days, Beverly. um, but there are some that will literally tell you, well, for instance, my someone in my family, not my sister, but someone in my family started smoking because they were going through cancer treatment and had no appetite, like none. And they were going through that thing where when you're going through cancer treatment and you're not able to eat, and sometimes maybe you have an appetite, and I don't want to get too graphic, but maybe because of where the radiation is, your tongue and the inside of your mouth is burned and you can't eat. But not that kind. My relative was one who just had no appetite and would smoke weed to get hungry. And so some will make you hungry, some won't. Some will make you sleep, some will make you feel a little more. Look, I've got one strain, and I can't remember the different strains right now, that literally it'll be like, I think I'll clean the mop boards today. I just get real, not like energetic, not like speed or something like that. No, but like just, I'm in the mood to make things look really nice today. And so I'm even going to do the baseboards. I call them mop boards, but the baseboards. Sometimes I get totally creative. Just depends. So on the strain or whatever, and what mood a person may. But mostly what I have now is to help me sleep. And I think there's only been, I know for sure that there's been one time that live on my channel, I took a hit off of this little pipe I've got here on the desk, because I was like really over the top stressing out about something, but I don't remember now what it was. It's been some time ago. But and I'm not dissing anybody who does. It's not my business. Truly, I'm not putting anybody down. I'm not throwing shade on anybody. It's just my personal policy that I don't come on live on YouTube stoned. As you can see, especially if you're new, I'm ditzy enough. If I don't have little notes like this one to remind me to ask y'all if you want to do a Halloween trivia game sometime later in the month, we're going to be a copycat. I've seen a couple of other channels do this kind of thing. And my birthday is the day before Halloween. And supposedly Donald Wells, the father of Summer Wells, is getting out of jail on my birthday. Not that one has anything to do with the other. I just find it rather amusing. And keep in mind, I'm easily amused. And then the next day's Halloween. And we, in our chat, and hi, Kryptonian Dinosaur, and hi, Cinnamon Hot Hot Hot. And it's something we could do, with, well, I pulled up, I'm not going to show it to you because it's got the answers on it. But I was just perusing the internet. I think I was watching White Rabbit, and she was doing like a scary movie trivia one. And I don't do gory movies. I like movies that make you, but maybe nothing really, is there. I like suspense, but I don't like gore. So I hadn't seen a lot of the movies, but I knew the answers to a couple of them. But that's where, hi, Janica, but that's where I got the idea of being a total copycat. And, Ziggy has done like a game night, and there's people that do I think Vintage. Doesn't Vintage do, and there's a couple of channels like Days 276 that does a karaoke night. And I thought, well, shoot fire. You know, it's my favorite holiday. I need to dig out the decorations. I think I got more fall and like Thanksgiving type than I do Halloween. But, you know, just for the heck of it, why not? Hi, Sherry Weeks. Is pain med for you, honey, Sherry? Yeah. You know, y'all know I have remitting, relapsing multiple sclerosis. And I have some issues with that the weed helps with. There's a thing that some of us with MS experience that's referred to as phantom pain. Now, it's not phantom pain like an amputee would have. It's, I'm trying to think how best to put it in just, okay, where a person's body and physicality is affected by multiple sclerosis depends on where the scars are in your brain, the lesions. Sclerosis is the Greek word for tiny scars. So multiple sclerosis means simply many tiny scars on the brain. I need brain. Mine affected my vision, occasionally my gait. Once in a while, I have to walk with a cane. Y'all ain't never seen it because I ain't doing that on YouTube. But the phantom pain is that, how do I explain this? My brain, it's not happening right now, okay? But just as an example, my brain might all of a sudden think that my left thumb hurts. But my left thumb does not hurt. I haven't whacked it. I haven't cut it. I haven't bumped it. I haven't had any sort of a bruising. You see what I'm getting at? Nothing has happened. Yes, just so you know, in real life, I've had all of the tests for rheumatoid as well as osteoarthritis. I have none. Not a dab, not even a dab. But my brain thinks my left thumb hurts. Therefore, it does. That's the best I can. So there's some of the weed that helps with that. You know, that'll kind of take the edge off of that. So, all right. Now, back to the thing where I'm trying to not bounce around. What is with, does anybody in chat know? What is this with Jody Sue all of a sudden and a blue car and then another blue car and this power couple and the female is younger than the male and they have the big white beautiful dog that's never touched dirt. It has to have been on, it's got to be Deets on the Streets where I saw that, or maybe on Queen Bee in the last several days. Does anybody know what I'm talking about? You think it's deflection, Beverly? But Beverly, isn't this new? I've never heard this before. And I've been paying pretty damn close attention to freaking Jody Sue Brown. I mean, I don't watch her like I used to because now we've got these great clip channels and then people like Benny and others that they'll bring us like the highlights or like we'll watch her live with them. And it's a lot more fun when you got a chat room. But what do you mean, flies? The red truck drove past. There's probably 100 million red trucks drove past her house. What do you mean? Is that, what do you mean, flies? Sherry Weeks, the same old, Susan. Okay, Beverly thinks it's new. Prissy Missy thinks it's a movie she watched. It could be. Now quit. Now I'm going to have to put on some more lipstick. Maybe. See, Esther, okay, and what I heard, what I think I remember hearing was this, like, all of a sudden, pun intended, out of the blue, Jody Sue Brown is talking about some blue car on the, was it on TT, what do you say? Sure, you think this jacking it out of control? Sherry, honey, there's a stronger possibility that old lip locks can get out of control more than you babies get out of control. Now, wait. Y'all need to settle down because I'm trying to look at your chat and see what you're saying about these damn blue cars and a big white dog. Now, wait. Now, listen. TT. Oh, well, you're no help. TT, I have no idea. Well, why did I even ask you then? Y'all, by the way, if you hadn't checked out TT on YouTube, awesome channel. That's one I will say. If you don't subscribe to T, if you don't like what TT does, there's something wrong with you. Now, listen, I need to quit laughing. I'm trying to look for what is going on. Oh, Rosemary and Thyme. Oh. You made me feel all warm and fuzzy. Flies on the coleslaw. She videoed a red truck and said that. Flies. Are we being serious? Jody Sue Brown videoed a red truck and said, that looks familiar. Is that what you're saying to me? Is that what you're saying? Flies is like, well, it's what it's in the chat, isn't it? That's what I'm saying. No, wait. What is this new? Is it an? You know what? You know what I'm going to have to do. I'm going to have to marathon YouTube, the channels I watch ordinarily that I've missed pretty much for the last 3 days, give or take. I'm going to have to marathon them on ×2 speed. Shorty Small is saying, Janica, the Weeks, I know his name is Cecil Weeks, and he has 3 girls, Sherry, Brenda, and Tanya. Shorty, what are you talking about, baby? I think I've totally missed something here. I'm a dingbat anyway. Okay, Dar, I believe Jody Sue Brown was hired to cause more questions in the case. Dar, that's a really interesting thought. And yeah, I mean, yeah, she changes the story so much. If you're just listening rather than watching, I'm continuing with Dar A's comment. Dar continues, she changes the story so much, and I, meaning Dar, believe it is to confuse everyone. Now, I agree with you 100% on that, baby. Now, Dar, I'm embarrassed to admit I don't know how long you've been watching me, but I've been on Jody Sue Brown ever since the marathon. I played nicey nice in the chat over there because it was a marathon for Summer Wells. But I saw through that person. I'm an old woman. I've been around the block many times, and I don't even have to see the person like her. I could tell by her chat. And then later when I heard her, I was like, yep, that's exactly what I thought. And I've been on that bitch's ass since October of 2021. But it never occurred to me, Dar, that she could have been hired. Like somebody's doling out the cash. Alleged. We're just speculating here, y'all. Anybody that wants to, like later on or like right now, come up in here and be a jerk, it's a losing battle. I wouldn't even start if I were you because you'll lose. But anyway, there's been talk in the past, Dar, and others that are watching and listening. There's been speculation in the past about Tim Mullen, aka Sandman, paying a certain creator to shut people like me down. It didn't take them very long to figure out that they weren't going to shut me down. They ain't nobody's shutting this old biddy down except YouTube itself. And that's why I try. I started to say try very hard. No, I don't try very hard. I just do. I do my best to stay within my terms of service agreement with them. Because this is my free platform to say whatever I want to say about whatever I want to say, anything I want to say about. And the things that I say the most about is the disappearance of Summer Moon Utah Wells. And it's really lightened up now. And I don't know if it's because people finally got it through their fucking thick heads that I don't give a shit about them. They're nothing to me. They're practically non-existent. Unless they pop up in my feed. Not just creators, chatters, mods on other channels. Listen, y'all, cuss warning. Y'all, you've been around here a day or two, you know me. Fuck you, motherfuckers. You ain't been where I've been. You ain't seen what I've seen, and you ain't done what I've done. And one way I know that is because you ain't fucking old enough to have. Okay? So that's the rant for today. But I mean, we know she's getting money from super chats. She being Jody Sue Brown. She's getting money from super chats, super stickers, I guess. Memberships, right? She's got memberships. Cash App. That viewers are directed to send to friends and family. I don't know. I've heard others talk about it, but I don't know if Jody Sue Brown gets like disability Social Security. I don't know. But of course, if she did, she'd have to report that income, wouldn't she? I don't know. I don't know. But y'all know me. I like to think before I'm editing in my head before you'll end up getting the thought, but you may not necessarily get the process of me getting to it. I wouldn't put it past her. Let me put it that way. In my opinion, and my opinion only, not the opinion of my chatters, any viewers, anyone who comments, or any of my mods. My opinion and my opinion alone. If she's not, then I just about damn guarantee you she would if anybody offered it to her. Because I think that bitch will take money from anywhere. Now, I'm about to say something else, and that's part of the editing that was going on. I want to make this real clear. I am not throwing shade on dancers. I've known a couple of women who now have master's degrees because they danced their way around a pole to pay to get those master's degrees. I have a granddaughter who was an erotic dancer. So what I'm about to say about Jody Sue Brown, and anyone who sees this or hears my voice, if you have been a dancer in a gentleman's club, I am not coming at you sideways. It's a job. It's a hard job, I would imagine. But specifically talking about Jody Sue Brown, I believe she is an exhibitionist, and I think that that's one reason that she was a pole dancer or a stripper or whatever the fuck she was. I wasn't there. I don't know. I've been in plenty of gentlemen's clubs with a gentleman because, you know, ladies can't go into a gentleman's club alone. You have to be escorted by a man. That man was always either my husband, my fiance, my boyfriend, or my booty call for the night. The guy I called, not the guy that called me. And so I actually enjoy tucking a bug. But I believe that Jody Sue Brown wasn't a dancer because she needed the money. And I don't believe that she was a dancer for any reason other than she's an exhibitionist and she will do anything to get attention. Anything. And I think she'll do almost anything to get money. Almost. I'm not ready yet. Y'all, I've not really gone down the avenue of discussing on my channel. Jody Sue Brown is on our suspect list. That my viewers, through majority vote, literally. We created a list in the beginning. We honed it down. We've gone over it. I think we need to get it back out and look at it again one of these days. But Jody Sue Brown is on it as a suspect in the disappearance of Summer Moon Utah Wells. But I've never fleshed out loud that if I were to go with her as my suspect, what do I think her involvement is? I will one of these days. And I'm not doing one of them things where like, oh, tune in for the next episode and you'll find out. No, it's that this is not a game to me. Yeah, being on YouTube is fun. Having a chat room is fun. Making friends on the interweb is fun. But talking about Summer and other missing people is not. Nor is doing real research fun. It's heart-wrenching. It will put a shadow across your soul when you learn what is really going on with sex trafficking of children and child pornography on the internet. It will make you puke. For real. So when the time comes that I ever want to throw out a theory that if Jody Sue Brown was involved in the disappearance of Summer Moon Utah Wells, I want to address it in all seriousness, with composure, some notes, and a forethought. Because when it comes to Summer, I ain't fucking playing. I'm not here to get clicks and views. I'm not here to win a popularity contest. And whoever gets the best info first and gets it up on their channel first has no interest to me whatsoever. I played that game as a television newscaster. This is not news. This is social media. And in my opinion, there's a lot of people that came over to YouTube from Facebook thinking that YouTube was Facebook. And in my opinion, there are a number of channel holders who know YouTube, but they know the drama community, and they've brought it into this one. I ain't up for that. Do I think I'm going to find Summer? Nope. I think y'all are going to find her? Nope, not unless you live down there and you get up off your ass and get the fuck out in the woods and up and down the roads and the streams and fucking look. But are we going to talk about her on this channel? Yes, we are. Because we love her. I love her. My husband loves her. My kids love her. My grandkids love her. And there ain't a damn one of us ever met her or anybody that knows her. But we love her. And so do the people in my chat and my comment section. And so do my moderators. And this is not a game to any of us. And on this channel, we always stand to be corrected because we want it to be right, not what we think it is. I thought my rant was over. I was wrong. Maybe I need a cigarette. West, what are you saying, honey? West has been on YouTube since 2012 on the daily. Drama is the worst genre in your opinion. I agree, honey. To be honest with you, I don't know that I have. All right, yeah. There's a lot pointing at Jody Sue. I just, looky here. Here's my bottom line. I need a motive. We have opportunity. But what would be the motive? And the motive for whatever it may have been. I mean, there's Because if we get out our list of what happened this summer, when we speculate on that, Jody Sue Brown could fall into every single, in my opinion. Hang on just a second. Let me grab our list. Okay. On our what, wrong way. On our what list, which is still all marked up. I know I said I was going to need it up, but I ain't done it yet. Forgive me or get over it. I don't care which one you do. Excuse me. Let's just say, since we're here talking, and then I'm going to go smoke a cigarette. If Jody Sue Brown, that's better. If Jody Sue Brown was our suspect, we're playing a game of Clue here. Okay? We're not making any accusations. We're just speculating and having some opinions. And as usual, your chat is scrolling by. Hi, Sue Marie. And I'm missing so many of you. I'm sorry. Thank you for loving me anyway. Y'all put up with a shitload from me. I know that. I'm trying to hold it on this legal pad so it's got a little backing behind it because I got the fan blowing on me. Here's what we know. And that's all we know. In our what category. Remember, we've got who, what, where, when, why, and how. The only thing we know right now, what happened, is that Summer Wells disappeared. All the rest of this is just stuff we've talked about. And to my way of thinking, and if you don't agree, that's cool. Put it, hi, Piper. If y'all don't agree, put it in that. Mods aren't going to time you out or nothing like that over here unless you are an asshole. I mean, you got to be a right out and out jerk on this channel to not be in this chat. I don't want an echo chamber. I've told you, shit fire, I don't know how many times I've told you. I don't want an echo chamber over here. I want us to bounce ideas and thoughts off of each other. Y'all give me ideas and then I just do all the talking and y'all do all the chatting. If you want to do all the talking, start your own channel. I deserve that. I almost choked on my 7-Up. My mother would have said, that's what you get for being a sass. And yes, I used to get in trouble a lot for being a little bit sassy. Okay, so Jody Sue is our suspect. I'm sorry that ain't as pretty to look at, but that's what we got to do right now for me to hold this the way I hold things. She could, in my opinion, any one of these whats could apply to Jody Sue Brown. Jody Sue could have been, okay, let's take accident. Jody Sue could have been driving down the road and run over her. I'm just, okay. On our list, we have, y'all ignore this over here. That doesn't apply anymore. That's early. Because now that we have a, sorry, that's so noisy. This desk is really old and cranky like me. Okay. Forget this. Well, I mean, you don't have to. I'm forgetting it. That said, no time to dispose of body. Didn't give him enough time to plan if it was an accident. I've totally changed my mind on that. See, that's something else happens. You're allowed to change your mind. It takes courage to change your mind. Because when you change your mind, you're admitting that you were mistaken. It takes courage to admit that you were mistaken. Having courage makes you a better person. Because now looky here, because we focused in on Leslie Earhart, the public information officer for Tennessee Bureau of Investigation, and her presser, or their presser, saying she was last seen in the early afternoon hours. Now, I know there's people that have varying, they want to go this way or that way, 30 minutes or so. That's fine. I didn't go with what I think early afternoon is. I'm a former newscaster on television. I used to work with a meteorologist, a weatherman. They have standards for what is early afternoon, mid-afternoon, late afternoon, early evening, evening, late evening. You see where I'm going? So that's what I went with, and that is 1:30 to 3:30 p.m. So if TBI is telling us the truth, of course, what they're telling us is what they've been told, right? Therein lies the rub. Anyway, if Summer was last seen, as stated by Leslie Earhart, in the early afternoon hours of June the 15th, that means she was last seen between 1:30 and 3:30 in the afternoon. That's why I marked out there was no time. Also, TBI on the FAQ, frequently asked questions page regarding Summer Moon Utah wells, we are told that the last known footage of Summer Moon Utah wells is the TikTok video at Warrior's Path when she is swimming, not the milk jugs. So officially, the last video evidence, proof of life, according to metadata, is 12:33 p.m. June the 15th. The metadata on the footage of Summer in the swimming hole is 12:33 p.m. And law enforcement or 911, because now we can't really be sure which one they called, can we? Based on what we've been told by who? Law enforcement. But whoever they called, whichever one they called, y'all correct me. I don't have my notes in front of me. I'm writing down numbers out of the top of my head. At 6:23 and at 6:26. That's almost 6 hours between the last proof of life. If we go with the last scene, 1:30 to 3:30. Okay, let's go with it. Let's give the Wells, the whole family, let's give the whole family the benefit of the doubt. And let's say they were telling the truth when they said early afternoon. That's still 3 hours. That's still 5 to 3 hours to do something. All of that is to explain to you why I personally no longer believe there was not enough time for them to do something with Summer's body if she is deceased. As a matter of fact, I think they had more than plenty of time. Metadata for when it was recorded, 12:33 p.m. Okay. If Jody Sue is our suspect in the game of Clue, and Summer was being, well, I jumped over. Okay, this is TBI eliminated. That's as old as this up here is. Okay. This said, with a line through it that says abducted, kidnapped. Now, I've never gone with kidnapped because, by definition, kidnapping implicitly requires a demand for ransom. And abduction is involved in a kidnapping. But abduction and kidnapping are not the same thing. It's not a kidnapping. Now, I'm not going to split hairs by pulling up annotated fucking codes for the state of Arkansas or the United States, the Department of Justice. I'm not here to split hairs. I'm speaking broad generalities. Kidnapping requires a ransom. We have never been told by any law enforcement agency or by the parents, the custodians of Summer Wells, that they have had a demand for money for her return or anything else. Abducted got marked off because TBI said there are no signs of it. Well, guess what? I don't necessarily believe them anymore. So when I rewrite our list, you notice I'm not taking a vote today. This was the vote. Now I get to take over. No, I'm still going to throw it out to you guys. That's why we do this. And you know I'm not looking at chat. Okay. I want to put abducted, stranger, abducted. I'm going to put it back on. No, because we're talking about Jody Sue. I'm going to put it back on the general list. Let me get back to what we're actually doing. If Jody Sue is our suspect, why would she abduct her? To sell her? I just, see, I'm getting back to what I started out with about why I don't want motive. You've got to have motive. No motive, no crime. No, well, I shouldn't say crime because this ain't a true crime channel. What am I trying to say? Hi, Aurora. Hi, I saw that unfounded scream. See, why would, maybe y'all have some ideas but okay. Trafficked. I think I was wrong. Jody Sue could be involved in that. Couldn't she? Like if she and Candace were in cahoots on something, maybe. But I don't think so. That doesn't mean that you can't think so. It means I don't think so. Of course, if she wandered away or got lost, y'all can see you can see it, can't you? You know me. I was wrong. I don't think everything on our what list would apply to Jody Sue if she was our suspect. I think accident, murder, trafficking, or planned disappearance on our list would be the whats. That if we were playing a game of Clue and we had that little envelope that, you put the suspect, the instrument of death, the room, the who, the what, and the where in the Clue game. But it's not a game. Summer is real. I pray God she's still real, as in alive. And yet when I pray and hope for that, y'all, I can't do this right now anymore. When I think about what could be happening to her or what might have been happening to her, if she is alive, it's almost more than I can bear. So there's part of me there's a part of me that if she is alive, y'all know the dream, the daydream. But if it's something horrid, y'all, I'd rather that baby be resting in the arms of Jesus right now than the arms of a pedophile or some sick motherfucker doing something to her. Hey, look, I'm needing to learn. I'm not sure how much battery I've got left on here. I've got a little bit. I might crash this. I was going to see if I could figure out how to. Somebody in our chat, another creator, I think it was Fizzle, was trying to help me understand how I can invite myself, look a fright, into my own, like so I can carry the phone outside with me to smoke instead of just ending the live or whatever. Like I send the link to myself and it would come on my phone. All right, guys, if I crash, it's because I'm about to attempt to invite myself to join my own stream so that I can carry you guys outside on the phone so I can smoke a cigarette. I'm starting to feel some sort of way. Okay, so I'm going to click invite. Send this link to your guests. You may also want to share your instructions for guests. I know y'all can't see what I'm reading. You can have up to 6 people on screen at once. Upgrade if you need more. No, I ain't never going to have more than one. And that's going to be rare. Okay. So I want to. Okay, I'm going to click Gmail. I don't know what's going to happen. I'm scared. I'm so scared. Okay, and it says 2, so I have to email me. Okay. Here I am. And send it. Well, I'm still here, I think. Okay, so on my phone, I would check my email, right? To open it on the phone. And I'll be on StreamYard instead of YouTube. I'm doing something I've never done before. I don't know. Oh my word. Is it going to work? Let's see. I think it's going to work, but how do I? Okay, enter the studio. Ah! Okay, but all right. Why do I have an echo on my phone? You guys have an echo. Okay, boy. Wait. Hang on.
Ah, what is that sound? It's awful. Did I do it? Why is there a freaking? I've got my volume turned all the way off, and I keep getting an echo. Did I do it? Hang on.
I did. Okay. All right. Oh, it's because. Oh, wait. Wait. Let me mute this.
Let me see if this does it. Okay. Okay. Can you hear me? Did I do it? Can you? I'm over there and I'm over there. Okay, so what do I do with this? That? Will that work? Okay, so you're going to see, okay, but you can hear me? Because I can't see Chad on the phone. Dueling lip lock. Okay, you can. Okay, well, we're gonna go smoke and for a minute. And so when we get, I don't know how to do where you're not having two of me. I'm sorry. I don't know. I wish I could see your chat. I don't like that. I'm on an Android. Wait, I want to put the soda in the fridge. It's gotten warm on me. In the freezer. We're going to put it in the freezer. So, all right. So, knowing that I can't see your chat, darlings, I'm just going to smoke and y'all chat and say whatever you want to. And, well, you know, within reason. Don't go, why can't, see, I'm wanting to hold it like this, but it needs to be, when I do that, I feel like I'm pointing it way out yonder somewhere. Anyway, I'll try to keep it where you can see me and not be swung around too much. And I'm scared to stay out here very long because if I have a system failure in there, like maybe I'm talking to you right now and you can't really hear me, I wouldn't know. I just need a couple of puffs. Where's the freaking camera lens? Well, no wonder I feel so weird. The camera lens is all the way over yonder, and I'm all the way on the other side. So I'm like looking off into. Okay, so Jody Sue can't be. No, I shouldn't say that. I shouldn't say can't be. Kitty, sir. There's a kitty. I couldn't catch the collar. Oh, it was Summer. Let's see. I don't know if you can see them. I'll make you sick to your stomach if I keep that up. Let me just set this down. And I'll keep talking and smoke just a little bit of this cigarette, and then we'll go back in and get back on the PC, and I'll shut up and get off here. So I'm hoping you can hear me. If any of y'all in chat can have any ideas about what if it's Jody Sue. No, I'm not phrasing that correctly. Let me say what I mean. If one were to consider Jody Sue Brown to be a suspect in the disappearance of Summer Wells, what would be the motive? I'm not asking what did she do? Did she kill her? Did she abduct her? Did she sell her? Did she? No. Why would she do it? I can't. I mean, I know we have Jody Sue's words, her own words, telling us that she, she's called her a brat. Y'all, there's been more than one time, and it just sets my ass on fire when she says, fucking Summer or goddamn Summer. I want to go through the camera and do something that should not be done. So we know out of her own mouth that she didn't like the noise. She didn't want the kids around. She considered them outsiders. I get all that. And as much as I don't like the woman, and as much as I believe that she's a pathological liar, as much as I believe she's an exhibitionist, as much as I believe that she would do just pert near anything on God's green earth to get attention and to get her way, I'm a thinking. I just can't see that being enough motivation. I don't know. I just don't see Jody as I don't know. I can see her involved in trafficking for money. Maybe clout, depending on who her customers were, or might allegedly could possibly be. Like a power couple in a blue car with a big, white, beautiful dog that's never touched the dirt. Question mark? I can certainly see motive if there were an accident. Like, let's say Summer, let's say she went out the basement door. I'm just speculating. But let's say she went out the basement door and went around to her swing. And let's say maybe one of the pups runs down the drive. And that gets her attention, and maybe she follows the pup. maybe running after it to play and not paying attention to traffic. And maybe Jody Sue's coming up the road and, and we've discussed this before, and people say, well, there would be evidence, like, forensic. I don't want to, we're talking about this baby. There's some things I just don't like to say out loud. But y'all know what I mean. Forensic evidence. But do we know that for sure? I don't. I'm not an accident reconstruction person or expert. I have no background in that field. Would there necessarily be? She's a little old bitty thing. She wasn't no bigger than a sprout, damn it. It wouldn't take much of a bump. I don't believe. And maybe, then her motive would have been she didn't want to get busted, and she'd already got away with so much, gets away with so much. How far she drives around with no damn driver's license, with tags that come off of another damn car that are expired, and the damn cops know it. The fuck? I can't think of a motive for her, y'all. When I get back inside, I'll look at chat, see if y'all had any ideas on if it was Jody Sue, what would her motive be? I understand if you don't. I appreciate that if you do. I just know, like y'all, I wake up and it ain't very long before I start thinking about her. Summer. It ain't very long at all till here she comes a creeping. Wanting us to find out what happened to her. And I don't mean some kind of weird thing. I don't mean like hoodoo, voodoo, or like she's coming to me. I don't mean it like that. I hope you didn't take it that way. I don't mean it that way. I mean, I don't know. I guess almost poetically speaking, I don't know. But the little darling just comes into my mind almost immediately, and just like y'all has been doing so for over a year now. And like y'all, I just get so tired of the bullshit, the drama, the hey, looky here at me, and the rumor mongers, the money chasers that have created the morass that the case of the disappearance of Summer Moon Utah Wells has become. Yes, this is speculation and opinion channel, but we try very, very hard to base our speculation and opinion on what we know, or at least what we have been told. Sorry, evidently there's some kind of construction work going over here. I'm getting teary-eyed, y'all, and I've been on here more than 2 hours. I'm pretty tired too, just from everything. I know that wasn't very ladylike, but I couldn't figure out no other way to switch the phone over. I'm a right-handed smoker. But, well, the noise stopped, so maybe it's going to stop. I probably had enough. We need to get back in and Let me look at your chat for a few minutes and think of a song, and we'll say goodbye. I knew it was going to be a little bit longer than normal, really, when I first come on, because I thought, I had a lot to say about pop, and I knew I wanted to talk about the things I'd been hearing, just little snippets. Last night and this morning, I was watching Sage Sleuth. Oh, God, I love Sage Sleuth as a creator. Her work is fine. She ain't scared to change her mind either. She's fair and she's balanced. She pays real close attention to details. She did a 5-hour live last night, I reckon, while we were down in the city. I didn't realize it. I'm odd for her. But of course, I didn't have my, I wasn't doing anything like that. So I was watching it this morning. It's a little over 5 hours long. I'm only halfway through it. I'm going to finish watching it when we get off of here. Cam came up. He does really fine map work, in my opinion. I like his map work a lot. And it looked like they were having some pretty good discussion when I decided that I needed to get a little housework done and I wanted to talk to y'all. About the new stuff, and I'm in agreement. I think it wasn't Dar. I'm sorry, I can't remember which one of you it was that said that, she's the same. Well, one of you said something about like same shit, different day, and another one of you said something about how she'd do just about it, just get attention back on her. Because y'all, along them lines, let me put this out and let's go ahead and get back on the P. And I got to go to the ladies' room too. And no, I'm not carrying you in there with me. That would indeed be tacky. Tackier than mukbanging. And if you don't know what mukbanging is, that's eating on camera. And if you've ever been a professional television person such as myself, you know you don't eat on camera. And somebody gave it a name. Got to have a name for everything. Oops, sorry, I didn't mean to let that door slam. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this one. I'm going to back off of the phone. I'm back in here. Boy, y'all can see my old, look at that. Look at that. Ooh, gobble, gobble, like a turkey. Look like a turkey. Okay, I'm going to boot myself. How do I boot myself? I don't want to ban myself. I want to kick me from the studio.
Turn this mic back on. And I see the little circle around my avatar is moving, so that should mean that you can hear me. And I can see chat again, but I have really got to go pee. I mean, really. How do I turn? Let me turn the camera. Okay. All right. I did a pretty good drain on the battery, that's for sure. So I'm not going to have a second screen. I got to plug it in. Oops. I actually could turn on Wi-Fi and get the other. I've got my old phone and I still use it like for, I'll turn on the Wi-Fi on it. Of course, can't call or text on it, but, I use it for instant messenger and stuff like that. Let me go pee. I'll be right back. Coming. I gotta grab my soda pop. Well, y'all, I learned another new thing on the channel with StreamYard. How to be able to go outside and smoke. Go over to the cat. So what I'll do in future, I'll do my best to remember to have the phone fully charged. And that way, if we're doing, like today, a longer live than normal, I like to keep it around an hour, because y'all got lives. And like I say all the time, it ain't like you couldn't just click out, go do what you need to go do. But I know sometimes if I'm watching a live, I almost sometimes feel about a little bit guilty sometimes or like I might be really, and not that anything I'm saying is interesting, but if I'm watching somebody and I'm really engaged in their discussion and really wanting to hear what they're saying, it's like, oh, I'll wait and put that laundry in as soon as they get through talking about this. So let's look at your chat a little bit. And it looked like everybody was up for the idea of a Halloween trivia game live on Lip Lock No More. So we'll talk about that some more later on, but we got a pretty good consensus on that. Hi, Moonlight View. I didn't see you earlier, honey, but I see you now. I'm glad you're here. What are you talking? You're talking to Rosemary in Time. Hi, Jaylee. Hi at Lip Lock. I commented to you earlier about living in Loretta Lynn's. Yes, I read your comment. I hope you got the heart. I sent you a heart from the community page. Yeah, let's close out talking about Loretta Lynn a little bit. If you just don't know who Loretta Lynn was, to me, she was the queen of country music. Why? Because of the era in which she said what she had to say with her music and what she said with it when she said it, and in the country music genre she said it. When she came out with the song The Pill, because y'all, there was no such thing other than condoms or the rhythm method, really, before the early 1960s when The Pill came out. Loretta Lynn wrote a song about it. It got banned on almost every single radio station in the United States of America. She was 90 years old when she passed. She was a coal miner's daughter, and she wrote about that from a place called Butcher Holler, where Jay Lee is nearby. She left us a really nice comment on our community tab. I'd pull it up, but I don't know how. Let's see. Ooh, phone's hot too. I got enough charge on here though. Let me go over here real quick and find our channel. Excuse me. And go to our community tab. Where are you, Miss J. Lee? Or I assume you're female. I'm sorry if you aren't. I have a tendency to, I'm going to pin your comment for one thing, which I just did. pull a Jody Sue Brown on you, I'm just going to flash and show you that I am looking at my, how can you see that? I know y'all believe me, and you can go look at it, but this is our community tab on my channel, on our channel. And let's read Jaylee's comment regarding Loretta Lynn. Hi, Birdie. Honey, I didn't see you earlier. Watch a movie about her life. You sang it yesterday, Coal Miner's Daughter. You ain't woman enough to take my man. That's right. So here's what Jaylee said. It's so sweet to see Loretta fans on here with the little face with the 3 hearts that are on the face. My family is from the same county she, Loretta Lynn, grew up in, Johnson County. And I still live here, Jaylee says. I go to church a couple of miles from Butcher Holler. Some of my favorite people live in Van Leer. Loretta's sister-in-law attended the same church as I do until the last couple of years when she had to move away to be cared for by her daughter. I had the pleasure of hearing about the stories of their family through the years. And then she puts a rose and says, Loretta was referred. Come on, Susan. Loretta was referred to as, quote, the Van Leer Rose. Jaylee, thank you for sharing that because I have never heard that before. The Van Leer Rose. It's beautiful. Thank you so much for sharing that with me and our audience. I got goosebumps right now. So, yeah. So, all right, we need us a song. Shorty, I haven't seen the movie, honey. I didn't even know they had. Oh, wait a minute. Is that the one? Is it Sissy Spacek that plays Loretta? That one? Is that the one y'all are talking about? Don't come home a drinking with loving on your mind. That's not exactly the melody. Don't come home a drinking with loving on your mind. Oh, flies, you little stinker pot. Oh, Angel talks too fast. I just got a notification that Angel Talks Too Fast has gone live. Like we care. We don't even like you, Angel Talks Too Fast. The only reason that I mod for you is to wreak havoc upon your chat. Anybody that's interested, my very good friend Angel just went live. I probably need to go mod for her. Although, out of spite, I may wait and torture her. Let her wonder, where is Liplock no more? She's always here for me. Why isn't she today? Oh, she must be making an attack video. I might. If I do, you won't know till it posts. Angel Talks Too Fast. Carrie, would you please drop a link for Angel Talks Too Fast? Y'all, if you're new, what that is all about is Angel and I on a lark, on the occasion, rare occasion, we are attempting to educate the viewers of YouTube to the fact that there are channel holders / creators, depending on your point of view, who will have a real fake YouTube war. Like they're not really mad. They have no issue with one another at all, as a matter of fact. They're just going to raise Cain and cuss each other out on their channels to get you to come and watch the drama, right? So Angel and I like to, in a farcical, if that is that a word, farcical, through farce, which is a form of comedy. Angel Talks Too Fast and Lip Lock No More are eternally engaged in a real fake. A fake, real fake. A real fake, real fake channel war. And everyone who watches those segments know that I just let everyone else in this community think that they are in charge of the entire spider YouTubian universe. You know, people like Scott H, Roll Eyes, I'm rolling my eyes, and Sage Sleuth, or, you know, Tiffany or AB or Benny, sometimes it's Benny. Isn't, no, I hold the freaking porcupine quill that puts me in charge of the entire gang, the entire, as Jody Sue Brown would have it, the entire YouTube criminal empire. I'm not muted. I'm just whispering. I'm not on mute. I'm whispering because it's a secret. Don't tell anybody. Pinky swear. Okay. We need us a Loretta Lynn song. Susan Tube. That's right. Prissy Missy, you got it. Susan Tube. I like the ring of that. Oh, pardon my sense of an overinflated ego. Oh, God. I love you guys. I do. Deets, fangirl. Everybody get your lighters. Deets on the streets, in the house. I'm just saying. They clipped me, but they did a nice clip. Deets on the streets clipped me giving Ronnie Lawson what for? But you never know. Listen, you know, and here's the thing, Deets. I'll love you even if you feel like you got to clip me and shed some light over here. You know, if I say or do something that you feel like, hey, you need to get your butt back in your lane, I'm still your buddy, I'm still your friend, and I still promote your channel because you are fair and balanced. There's that. Liz Robinson. Hi, darling. Yes, I'm back to the dread of many, I'm sure. What big eyes? Hi. Y'all, what big eyes? Excellent channel. What made you're spitting cobwebs out of your mouth? Well, baby, if I can make somebody even just chuckle or giggle a little bit, it makes, because listen, I know these old adages and cliches like laughter's the best medicine and all that old stuff. Darlings, that doesn't come from nowhere. It comes from people paying attention to the human condition. Long before there were professionals. And now we know scientifically that laughter releases endorphins. So it's good medicine. Morning Glory XL. Well, I love you too, honey, and I'm glad that something from here has gave you something you needed. Bertie's a laughing. Carrie Bishop, she's always, y'all, I just love these mods. I just love them. They're good. They're good women. We have one feller that's a mod, I'll Be Frank, and I haven't seen I'll Be Frank around. He lives in the UK, and to be honest, I'm a little concerned. He wasn't well. I don't know what was wrong. Maybe this the C thing, the thing you two didn't like us to talk about that involved masks and lockdowns. Hi, Canadian Cookie. Glad you're here. And now listen, Shorty, we are so glad you're here. Liz, honey, she means that, but you need to know Shorty Small is the thug over here. Oh, Shorty. Thank you. It's got her real name in here, so I'm not going to turn it around. This came. Pretty sure I got it on the 30th. It was mailed the day after Pop passed away. Hello, how are you? Just dropping by to pay a call, because maybe in some way, knowing that you're thought about will brighten up your day. And Shorty Small, it brightened up my day, and it brightened up Bob's day. Made him cry. He's been looking at some of the stuff I've said on here and some of y'all's comments, and Bob has really been touched, and he's very appreciative that strangers from around the world would care enough to even take note. That tells me the kind of viewers I've got, the kind I want. Good people with compassion and empathy for others. Folks that have had their own rough roads, their own hard rides, their own pain, loss, sorrow, joy, and admiration and adulation. Because that way we can relate to the human condition. That's the kind of people I like. Not people that say, oh, yes, ma'am, you're right. Yes, ma'am, you're right. People that say, you know what? I don't agree with you, but I love you anyway. Oh, what is this? Yes, we know you're live. You know how we know? Because I have the notification turned on for your channel. You wait just a minute. Are you streaming me? Are you streaming me on your stream of a stream and restreaming? Wait a minute. Angel talks too fast. Do you feel threatened? Angel talks too fast. You should be feeling very threatened right now, because you know how we know you're live? Because your stupid notification. Because your stupid notification came up on my screen right here while I am live. You know why the notification came up? Because I have it turned on. So there. You know why I have it turned on? So that I know every time you go live, because I stalk you. I dissect every syllable of every word you say, so that when I'm ready, finally, on the big day, no blue cars or white dogs involved. On the big day, you will go down. Now get off my screen. Get off. Moonlight View, I will, sweetheart. Thank you. I sure will, baby. We're doing pretty good. We really are. We're doing well. Pop was cremated, and he will be Angel. You need to time yourself out. Don't block yourself from this channel because you moderate. But if you keep acting up, that's 2 strikes. One more time and you time yourself out, young lady. Do you understand me? You other mods, stay away from her. I'll deal with Angel. And no, we're not watching you. We're watching me. And even when we do watch you, we're not watching you. Maybe if you're showing receipts. 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 See my receipts? See? And y'all know what was on her screen when she did that? My ninja kittens. Yes, that's how dastardly Angel Talks Too Fast can be. The receipt she flashed was a shot of my ninja kittens. That's how low she'll go. So, if you want to go watch a channel that deals in nothing but facts, analyzing of statements on a professional level, yes, I know, it's sickening. If you want so little speculation that it's practically non-existent from a very highly educated female known as Angel, then go on over to her channel. I dare you. If you don't, you have no hair on your back. You thought I was going to say something else, didn't you? Okay. Now, we need, what's a Loretta Lynn song I know? Or can remember. I knew, well, not all of them. Okay. Hyperbole. Nail me to the wall. I act more like one of my granddaughters every day. Nail me to the wall. Loretta Lynn songs karaoke. Because, see, I don't want to. Hang on a second. I'm going to mute y'all for just a second. Or mute me. The hard thing is finding one in a key that I can sing in, babies. Look, I'm going to do one I've done before, so we're not just sitting here fiddling around like this. One that I know all the words to, and I know I can do it a cappella, and it may sound stupid a cappella, and I don't care because I don't mind sounding stupid. All right. I don't want to mess up one of her songs. And it's hard for me to sing it. She sang a lot higher than I do nowadays. I could when I was young, but I can't no more. Too many cigarettes and pot and all that business. Okay. But I have told, here's the short story that goes in front of the very first time I ever performed this song professionally. I was 11 years old, and I was singing at a country opry. I was the cute little girl, they have come out and sing a tune or two and do some harmony vocals in the background once in a while, but mostly just the cute little girl that got to come out and do a couple of songs, and that was it. But every show. And I wanted to do this Loretta Lynn song at 11 years old. I wasn't allowed to date till I was 16. You come to tell me something you say I ought to know, that he don't love me anymore, and I'll have to let him go. You say you're gonna take him, oh, but I don't think you can, 'cause you ain't woman enough to take my man. Women like you, they're a dime a dozen. You can buy them anywhere. For you to get to him, I have to move over, and I'm gonna stand right here. Well, it'll be over my dead body, so get out while you can, 'cause you ain't woman enough to take my man. I said you ain't woman enough to take my man. 11 years old. All right. I would tell you to behave yourselves, but I don't see any point in wasting my breath in your time, because we all know you ain't going to do it. So go have you some fun, but you make damn sure you're safe while you're doing it. And don't you ever forget for one moment throughout your day, throughout your night, there really is one crazy old cat lady out here on YouTube who truly loves you no matter what. And I'm going to see you on the flip-flop, whether you like it or not. Yeah. So there. That is what? If you choose to tune in. I love you. End the damn broadcast. I'm tired. I'm hungry. End it. End it. Ah.